Okay, so look, the Prime Minister said very clearly there can be no hard border between Northern Ireland and the Republic, no hard border between Northern Ireland and Great Britain, and no customs union between the UK and the EU. You are telling me that those three things can be achieved?
Yes.
You can square that circle?
It's not a circle that needs squared, it's a clear circle. It's very straightforward.
You don't think there's a challenge there? I mean, Michel Barnier has made it very clear he can't square that circle.
Michel Barnier is negotiating to try and keep the United Kingdom as close to the European Union as possible.
Well, last December, and I was in Brussels for it, we had an agreement between Theresa May and the European Union on the backstop arrangement. When we got into 2018, the UK government couldn't agree with the EU's interpretation of a legal definition of that. So again, there was something that people like yourself said was very straightforward, and it has proven to be anything but.
No, I didn't say that text was very straightforward.
Well, no, you said the issue.
Oh, the issue is very straightforward. That text isn't very straightforward.
But the fact that the negotiations haven't resolved the issue proves surely that this is an issue which is
you're ignoring the earlier part of that text, the agreement signed in December, which is that nothing's agreed until everything's agreed, and that we are in the midst of a negotiation of which the Northern Irish border is a very important part. It is inevitably being used by participants in this to maximise their leverage.
When did you last visit Northern Ireland to discuss this issue?
I haven't been recently.
Have you been to Northern Ireland?
I've been, but not recently.
Right, so you haven't recently made any effort to visit the border?
Well, there was a visit of the European, exiting the European Union Committee, but I don't think that my going to the border would give me any greater insight than speaking to people.
But it might do. If you were talking to people who live on the border, whose businesses work across the border, they may persuade you.
I've certainly spoken to people from Northern Ireland who deal with the border, but I don't...
Like who?
Well, people who Irish MPs, Northern Irish MPs in the House of Commons talk to me about what's going on at the...
Well, 10 of them are members of the DUP and they support Brexit, so they're hardly going to tell you anything that you haven't heard before.
Well,
Sylvia Herman, have you spent much time talking to her? She takes a very different...
Look, I know Lady Herman, I've spoken to her, but I don't think my visiting the border is really going to give me a fundamental insight into the border beyond what one can get by studying. This is a voluntary act. How you police your border is a decision for a sovereign state. If a sovereign state says we will leave this border open, the border is open. So either the UK government or the Irish government has to decide it wants to implement a hard border. Both governments have said that they do not wish to. So who is going to do this? That is the question that nobody has managed to ask. It's some sort of phantom government that is going to do this.